Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. Hope all of you are healthy and safe. Welcome back to online teaching program. I am Saima Fatma, your English teacher. It is the start of new academic session 2021-22. First of all, I welcome all of you to the new class. Your book is New Oxford Modern English Level 7. I hope all of you have got it. The very first lesson which we are going to study today is Adventures of Isabel. It is a poem written by the poet Ogden Nash. Ogden Nash was an American poet. He was born in 1902 and died in 1971. His full name is Frederick Ogden Nash. He was well known for his light verse. He was known as the country's best-known producer of humorous poetry. Nash wrote about 500 pieces of comic verse, and the best of his publications was during the period 1931 to 1972. His first publication of poems were in 1931, which earned him his national recognition. From a young age, he loved to rhyme and would often make up or adapt words if he couldn't find one that rhymed. Nash was well known for surprising pun-like rhymes, sometimes words deliberately misspelled for a comic effect. Nash was a baseball fan and he wrote a poem listing baseball immortals. The Adventures of Isabel was written by Ogden Nash in the 1930s. Like many of the other poems he wrote, this was a funny poem. Isabel, the main character in the poem, is also the name of one of the Nash daughters. This lesson introduced you to a funny and surprising poem by Ogden Nash. Again and again, this poem surprises its readers by going against expectations. This may be different from other poems that you have read before that have a more predictable pattern. This lesson showed you a poem which is both interesting and a bit silly. This is a darkly comic poem that plays with ideas from nursery rhymes and fairy tales. The AABB rhyme scheme is clearly noticeable in the poem. It is simply written in the surrealist style which was obtainable during the modernist period. The major theme of the poem is that man has the capacity of controlling the uncontrollable. He has also the ability to overcome circumstances in life. Just as the title suggests, the poem features a girl named Isabel who goes on a series of adventures. The way Nash writes allows you to really picture what is happening. Isabel is a little girl who knows how to deal with things and can take care of herself. What do you do when something challenging or even frightening happens in your life? It might be related to school, family or friends, and it could be a big challenge or a small one. The question is how you react. In the poem Adventures of Isabel by Ogden Nash, we see what a brave girl named Isabel does in the face of a challenge, and it is not what you would expect. Isabel faces 4 scary things: a bear, a witch, a giant, and a doctor. What happens when she runs into a witch, a giant, a bear, and a doctor? The answer may surprise you. She proves himself a courageous girl. She doesn't panic or ask for help. Rather, she remains self-reliant and deals with the situations herself.
Isabel met an enormous bear. Isabel didn't care. The bear was hungry, the bear was ravenous, the bear's big mouth was cruel and cavernous. The bear said, "Isabel, glad to meet you. How do, Isabel? Now I'll eat you." Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She washed her hands and she straightened her hair up. Then Isabel quietly ate the bear up. Isabel met a hideous giant. Isabel continued self-reliant. The giant was hairy, the giant was horrid. He had one eye in the middle of his forehead. "Good morning, Isabel," the giant said. "I'll grind your bones to make my bread." Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She nibbled the zwieback that she always fed off, and when it was gone, she cut the giant's head off. Once in a night as black as pitch, Isabel met a wicked old witch. The witch's face was cross and wrinkled. The witch's gums with teeth were sprinkled. "Ho, ho, Isabel," the old witch crowed. "I'll turn you into an ugly toad." Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She showed no rage and she showed no rancor, but she turned the witch into milk and drank her. Isabel met a troublesome doctor. He punched and he poked till he really shocked her. The doctor's talk was of coughs and chills, and the doctor's satchel bulged with pills. The doctor said unto Isabel, "Swallow this, it will make you well." Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She took those pills from the pill concoctor, and Isabel calmly cured the doctor.
Now we are going to read the poem. First 10 lines. Isabel met an enormous bear. Isabel didn't care. The bear was hungry. The bear was ravenous. The bear's big mouth was cruel and cavernous. The bear said, "Isabel, glad to meet you. How do, Isabel? Now I'll eat you." Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She washed her hands and she straightened her hair up. Then Isabel quietly ate the bear up. Now the words meanings of first 10 lines of the poem. First word is enormous. What does it mean? It means very large. Second word is ravenous. It means very hungry. Third word cavernous. It means a large, dark, cave-like space. Glad. It means happy. Scurry. Move hurriedly with short, quick steps. Next word is scream. It means cry out loudly in horror. And the last word, quietly. It means silently. The adventures of Isabel reflects the courage of a little girl, no matter what hurdles come her way. In the first 10 lines, we see the little girl named Isabel came across a bear. The bear which she faced was enormous. It was very big. It was very large in size. It was ravenous. It was very hungry. It was looking very cruel. It had cavernous mouth. Its mouth was opened large and deep, like a cave. It seemed very horrible, not a creature you would ever want to meet. The bear tried to frighten her and was ready to eat her up, but she remained unruffled, and instead of crying or becoming afraid, she killed the bear and ate up the animal. Now we are going to summarize the first 10 lines of the poem. The above lines say that the girl comes across a huge bear with a big mouth. The bear was very hungry, cruel, and a flesh-eating animal. The bear wanted to eat Isabel, whereas Isabel didn't get frightened of it. Instead, she washed her hands, straightened her hair up, and ate the bear without creating any sort of noise. Then are the next 10 lines of the poem. Line number 11 to 20. Once in a night, as black as pitch, Isabel met a wicked old witch. The witch's face was cross and wrinkled. The witch's gum with teeth were sprinkled. Ho ho, Isabel, the old witch crowed. I'll turn you into an ugly toad. Isabel, Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She showed no rage, showed no rancor, but she turned the witch into milk and drank her. Now we are going to do the vocabulary of these lines. Pitch, a black sticky substance made from tar. Wicked, very bad, sinful, vicious. Witch, a woman regarded as having magical powers. Cross, irritable, angry. Wrinkled, covered in lines and folds. Sprinkled, irregularly dispersed. Crowed, boasted. Turn, change, ugly, frightful, offensive, not beautiful. Toad, a toothless, tailless amphibian that crawls. Rage, extreme anger, rancor, long-standing bitterness or resentment. Line numbers 11 to 20. What these lines say. After her ordeals with the bear, Isabel came in contact with an ugly witch in the midst of darkness. The face of the witch was crooked, scary gums and teeth. She said she would curse Isabel and turn her into a toad. A really horrifying situation. It would be natural, understandable to shout or hide in the face of such a scary creature. But that is not what Isabel does. Once again, she remained calm. She was neither frightened nor did she scream. She simply squeezed the witch, turned her into milk, and easily drank her up. Then is the summary of these lines. Next, Isabel meets a witch in the middle of the darkness. The witch's face was scary with wrinkles. Her gums with teeth were scattered. The witch shouted with delight that she will curse the little girl and turn her into a toad. Again, Isabel was not scared. Instead, she turned the witch into milk and drank her up. Then are the next 10 lines, line number 21 to 30. Isabel met a hideous giant. Isabel continued self-reliant. The giant was hairy. The giant was horrid. He had one eye in the middle of his forehead. Good morning, Isabel, the giant said. I'll grind your bones to make my bread. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She nibbled the sweet bag that she always fed off, and when it was gone, she cut the giant's head off. Now are the words meanings of these lines. Hideous, very ugly. Giant, ogre, demon. Continued, kept going. Self-reliant, able to rely on and look after oneself. Grind, reduce something to powder by crushing. Horrid, horrible. Nibbled, took small bits. Zwieback, toasted crisp bread. What do these lines say? They tell us Shortly after that incident, Isabel met a giant who was very horrible looking and only having one eye in the middle of his forehead. The giant said he would use her for dinner. No doubt an extremely frightening situation. Still then, Isabel refused to be moved. She didn't fear. She was not frightened at all. She didn't scream or she didn't run away. She just coolly cut the giant's head and moved further. What would be the summary of these lines? Next, she comes across a very ugly giant. Isabel remained self-sufficient. The giant was hairy, horrible, and had one eye in the middle of his forehead. The giant told Isabel that he'll grind her bones to make bread. The giant wanted to heat her up for dinner. Isabel didn't get scared. Instead, she made small pieces of that toasted bread and ate it. After she finished eating the bread, she cut the giant's head and moved further. Then are the last 10 lines of the poem, line number 31 to 40. Isabel met a troublesome doctor. He punched and he poked till he really shocked her. The doctor's talk was of coughs and chills, and the doctor's satchel bulged with pills. The doctor said unto Isabel, "Swallow this, it will make you well." Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She took those pills from the pill concoctor, and Isabel calmly cured the doctor. Then is the vocabulary of these lines: poke, to quick push your fingers; shocked, shook; chills, illness caused by being cold; satchel, leather bag; bulged, swollen; pill, a little bottle of medicine; swallow, take in; concoctor, maker, person who mixes ingredients to make something; cured, made healthy. What do last 10 lines of the poem say? They tell us, next the young girl met a troublesome doctor who poked her and had a bag full of medicine. The doctor tried all his treatment and later even offered her some pills. However, in spite seeing all the medication and treatments, Isabel didn't get scared or scream. She stood cool. She cured the doctor, making him better instead. From the above details, the poem simply portrays how one can still conquer in life despite all the challenges out there. It is possible to make it in life irrespective of the obstacles. All we need is to keep facing challenges squarely. We shouldn't be overwhelmed by them. Rather, we have to fight them and continue our race in the journey of life. The summary of the last 10 lines of the poem. In the end, Isabel comes across a doctor. The doctor himself was troubled. He punched and poked himself to make Isabel frightened. The doctor was suffering from coughs and chill and carried pills in his bag. He offered some pills to Isabel to swallow. Isabel didn't get scared even after seeing the medications and treatments. She was completely all right and didn't suffer from any kind of illness. The doctor, who himself suffered from different ailments, mixed different ingredients to make the pills. Isabel took the pills from the doctor and treated him with her attitude. Well, cuz, what would be the theme, central idea, or main idea of this poem? The attitude of a person can enable him to come out of any situation. No matter what hurdles come in life, we must face it courageously with a positive mindset. This poem shows how attitude of a person could enable him to come off any situation that he is put in, even if he may have to travel through the toughest time. If he has an attitude to come over, he would do it, no matter what obstacles he may face and however he may be feared. We have read the poem. Hopefully, you got it. Your today's home task is write down the vocabulary in your neat notebooks and prepare it as well. Okay, girls, Allah Hafiz.